Jets analyst Kevin Sawyer joining us now to talk about Game 5. We got to talk about those clips we just heard from the two head coaches, Kevin. What did you see on the two hits? And what did you see on the play? Because, man, Mark Scheifele, you and I were talking about it off camera. Mark Scheifele has been taking a lot of hits in this series.
More than any other forward in this series. I think he's got 16 hits he's taken, Jay, and that's second most out of all forwards in the playoffs. There's no doubt that he's been targeted, and that's nothing new, and it's not going to change. That's playoff hockey. Teams go after the other team's best players. So that's Mark Scheifele, and that's Josh Morrissey. And you know what? You give some credit to the St. Louis Blues for having a game plan and getting physical, but this hit right here, this is a tough one. This is late, and it's high from Schenn. This, to me, is outside the rules of the game, and that is exactly why Scott Arniel is upset. I totally understand that. In saying that, I do also think that Mark Scheifele can do more to protect himself. The team structure is built to protect you in some ways, where you have the puck, you're the team that's initiating, you're on the attack, you're more physical than the other team. But also it's up to every player. And I think that Mark has to be a little bit more rigid, a little bit more aware of what's around him. When he's going to get hit, make sure that you're protecting yourself and then be willing to give it right back. The Winnipeg Jets, needless to say, will be hoping with their fingers crossed that their superstar can return.
It's interesting, Kevin. The Blues held the Jets to just 3 goals in those Game 3 and 4 losses in St. Louis, and the Jets get the offense going again. Is it just the whiteout? How are they able to get this offense going, Kevin?
Has to be. It has to be the whiteout. There's no other explanation. Or you could add to that the Winnipeg Jets got back to Jets hockey. That looked a lot more familiar to me watching them all regular season long. This is a team that needs to control the neutral zone. I've talked about that all series long. I think the Jets did a lot better job of doing that, and that put them in the offensive zone a lot better. The trend for me was win a battle low, go low to high, D-to-D shot with traffic. And the Winnipeg Jets' second goal and the third goal were exactly that. DeMello to the net earlier. It was Sandberg to the net. Traffic net front. Nina Ryder gets a tip. This one goes off of, I don't know who gets credited for that, whether it was Velarde or DeMello. But to me, the Winnipeg Jets got back to simplicity. First of all, they got to the offensive zone, and they were able to stick around the offensive zone, make plays, win battles, and just get the puck to the net with traffic. And that was, to me, what set them on the path of getting back to their offensive game. 5 goals, that's a big one.
And it's funny how all the talk going in, Kevin, was about Connor Hellebuyck, and really, he wasn't that busy. Did you see a concerted effort by the Jets to help Hellebuyck get on track in game number 5?
That's what the Winnipeg Jets do better than any other team. The relationship from defense to forwards is how they defend, and their offense comes from defense. So what I was just talking about, spending more time in the offensive zone, yes, but when they were in their own defensive zone, they were so good at fronting pucks. They were in shot lanes. They didn't make it easy on their goaltender. They made it a lot easier. Hellebuyck still had to make some saves. He made some dandies in this game, but the Winnipeg Jets held the St. Louis Blues to less than 20 shots in this game. That's huge, and that is something the Winnipeg Jets typically do. Block shots, keep the puck to the outside, and limit the amount of time that they spend in their own defensive zone. If anything, that's what stood out for me more than anything else in this game, that they were able to minimize time in their own zone, end plays, and get going northward where they can do work leading to their 5 goals for. They were much, much better defensively.
But they will not have the whiteout on Friday night, so can they get it done on the road in Game 6? We shall see. Kevin Sawyer, always a pleasure to have you on the show.